The little girl chose a window seat for her first airplane ride. Just as she was about to enjoy the view outside, she noticed something alarming. A flock of birds was crashing into the plane's wing one after another. Realizing something was wrong, she quickly told her grandmother sitting beside her. However, what happened next stunned the three of them. Flames suddenly erupted on the plane's wing, blazing fiercely. Seeing this, the grandfather immediately urged his granddaughter to fasten her seatbelt. But in the very next second, the cabin was violently torn open, leaving a gaping hole. Passengers who hadn't secured their seatbelts were instantly sucked out of the plane, vanishing without a trace. Those who had fastened their seatbelts were terrified beyond belief. Watching the plane plummet rapidly, all they could do was sit in their seats and pray, hoping for a miracle to save them. The plane soon crashed into the sea. The powerful impact killed several passengers on the spot. Yet before anyone could regain their composure, seawater began rushing into the cabin. As the water level rose higher and higher, the remaining passengers were consumed by despair once again. Fortunately, the plane came to a halt on a sloped surface, providing some cushioning. This temporary stability offered a brief respite, and it seemed the plane wouldn't sink further for the time being. Inside the cabin, chaos reigned. Only those seated near the higher rear section of the plane had any space to breathe. Among the crew, only one flight attendant survived. Before anyone could recover from the panic, a little girl surfaced from the water. Right behind her, a burly man emerged, pulling along an unconscious elderly woman. Seeing her condition, the flight attendant rushed forward to perform CPR. After relentless efforts, the elderly woman finally coughed up the seawater that had been trapped in her throat. After this harrowing ordeal, only a handful of passengers remained alive. Thankfully, the rear section of the cabin was relatively sealed, ensuring they had enough oxygen for a while. Additionally, before the crash, the captain had already sent out an emergency distress signal. Rescue teams were expected to arrive soon. Nonetheless, to be safe, the burly man decided to look for extra oxygen. With unwavering determination, he dove back into the water, searching for passengers who might have oxygen tanks. Luckily, things went smoothly, and he quickly found an oxygen tank. But just as he grabbed it and prepared to return to the cabin,